are an angel. Okay. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Cook. I am a runner that is going to be doing Rogue Squadron today for you guys. This is a bit of a different Rogue Squadron today because we're doing a Game Shark code that's been around for a bit over a year, and this is one where we can use any ship on any level. This particular run is going to be using the T16, which is usually only for one level. It's usually only available on one level. You can't have it on any other level, but you can have it on the race level, which is the first bonus level. And maybe the reason they did it this way is because the T16 is terrible. It's the worst ship in the game by far, and it's borderline unplayable. So we're going to try to play with it today. And I will just ask everyone to be a little bit patient with me because it's 5:24 AM here in Australia, and I'm playing in the garage because I don't want to wake my family up and I don't want them to run in on the stream, and my fingers are very cold, so we'll see how we go. Okay, so hopefully everything's working on the stream, and I'm going to start timing when the R2D2 does the R2D2 beep. So we'll go in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So the first thing to know about the T16 is the aiming is terrible. Not only does the auto aim not exist at all, so this game originally had an auto aim feature because it's an old game, the controllers are a little bit janky, and so the devs blessed us with some auto aim to make the game actually playable. The T16 does not have auto aim because you're not supposed to be shooting with it. The second thing that makes the aim terrible is the aiming reticle is off-centered. It's too high, and that's because the T16 has this laser that's slung underneath the ship. And again, they weren't supposed to be, so you can see the lasers under the ship, and everything goes too low all the time, so all your instincts are off. And another reason why the T16 is terrible is because it's got extremely low HP. It's not the lowest in the game, but it's almost the lowest in the game. I think it's a third of what the X-Wing has thereabouts. Okay, I will do a little trick here. If I kill this last guy on this side, I'll get a respawn manipulation. Maybe I didn't get it. Good luck. Thanks, chat. Clap for the sacrifice. I don't know what that means. Does the T16 have a cockpit view? Yes, it does have a cockpit view, but I've got it turned off because I might show you later on, but the cockpit view is so terrible that there's a big line right in the middle of your view and you can't actually see what's right in front of you. So in the settings, in the game settings, I've got the cockpit turned off. So this is cockpit view, but you can't actually see the cockpit, if that makes sense. And you'll have to forgive sort of warming up on the fly here because we're going a little bit earlier than I was expecting, but that's okay. That's what happens with the randomizer, I guess. I'll be doing a bingo tomorrow with some of the other runners from Rogue Squadron, so we'll see if we go early there as well. Okay. The other thing about the T16 is it's massive as well. The hitbox is huge on this thing, which means that not only does it have very low HP, but it's very, very easy to shoot as well. So it's very hard to stay alive and very hard to hit targets. So even though it looks like I'm going to select the X-Wing, because I've got the Game Shark code on, every single time it's going to put me in the T16, even when I'm not supposed to be in there. You'll also notice on the bottom left there of the screen, I've got some information. I've decided to put the I've gone through and found some of the HP values in Cheat Engine. Decided to put those on the screen for everyone just because it's going to take so long for me to kill a lot of these guys, because the laser, that's another thing, the laser damage of the T16 I think is like half or a third roughly of what you usually get, and the fire rate is slow as well, so it takes a long time to kill some enemies. So I know that this is supposed to be a speed run, but it's more going to be a survival run. Because it takes so long to kill some enemies, I thought it was a bit more interesting to watch where you guys as the audience can actually see what the HP of some of the enemies are, so you're not just sitting there watching me shoot Moff Sid and at the end for 10 minutes not knowing what's going on. Hot tubs in Lego Star Wars. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, so luckily for me, this level is basically an auto-scroller. I don't really need to kill this guy, but why not? So I get a chance for a little bit of target practice, I suppose. We're also going for an any percent because 100% would seem to be probably impossible with the T16, so it doesn't really matter if these guys blow one of my tanks up. There we go. Like that, because I'm still going to finish the level anyway, pretty comfortably. And the level is going to still finish in 5 minutes and 19 seconds like it always does, so we're pretty safe there. We should be. Nevertheless, I'm going to try to always be playing it safe, so again, even though it's a speed run, just because the craft is super high difficult, extra difficult mode, I'm going to be playing it. A lot of the strategies that I'm using are going to just be playing it as safe as possible, trying to fly in ways where the enemies can't even get a chance at shooting at me, sort of thing, just to preserve life. Okay, so those guys should be safe for a little while. We'll go and we'll shoot some of the other guys. Get a little bit more target practice in. Yeah, the aim is whack CK, thank you. It's I don't know what to say. It's very, very, very bad. Okay, now you die. So fortunately for us, I'm playing on the Japanese version, and the Japanese version of the N64 game starts you with 4 lives instead of 3 lives. So I am an English-speaking Australian, not a Japanese speaker, but it is for the best that I get that extra life. There's a few levels where it is going to make a very, very big difference. Again, I'm not super worried about these guys, as long as I don't kill that first one, which they probably won't. Because we're going for silver medal. Usually I'd be a little bit more diligent here, but it's just really not needed, so. Doesn't damage much of anything, yeah. Welcome to my life. So, just for a bit of fun, I've been, usually my main category in this game is the 100% category. I've currently got both 100% full game records. But when these new Game Shark codes got found a bit over a year ago, it was a bit of fun to be trying this as a bit of a personal challenge. And then one thing led to another, and you know, we started saying, oh, that's fun that we can do the T16 in certain levels, but can you beat this hard level, Nathan? Oh yeah, let me give it a go. And then I beat that hard level, and oh, but then surely this other hard level is impossible, Nathan. And then we give it a go, and then we get past that level as well. One thing leads to another, and it's like, crikey, can we actually get a full game run out of this thing? And that's the journey that you guys will go with me today. Hopefully we get that full game run. No, it does not have a secondary weapon either. BMAC. I think it's just a personal challenge, you know? It's, isn't that what speedrunning is? I mean, anyone who sits there and plays the same level on a 30-year-old game that was designed for 12-year-old kids, a 25-year-old game, I guess. I guess we all have that sort of similar mental illness, so I don't think it's too different in this case. Okay. Search for the Nona has, we search for the Nona and a downed ship that we need to rescue. It can be randomly spawn in one of 3 locations, so I am going to try to actually do this speedrun as quickly as I possibly can, even though it's a slow kind of speedrun, but there might be a 15% 15-second RNG time loss here, depending on where this Nona shows up. So if the Nona shows up on the left, I should be up about 15 seconds. Yes, I got the, that's the fast spawn, you guys, so you guys are very lucky. We might be watching history here. This might be a new T16 world record. So you can see just my shields are so insanely bad that even these probe droids, which is ridiculous, even these probe droids are like a real serious threat to my life, which is just insane if you know anything about the game. Flying the T16, it is suffering, I agree with that. No secondary weapons. I do get the advanced shields though, so it's not all bad, it could be worse. During this run you're going to see me switching camera angles a bit. Just because this this normal third-person view is very, very hard, much harder with the aim. The camera's aligned sort of at the top of the top vertical wing, and then the lasers aligned like at the bottom of the cockpit. So it's very hard for me to see where those lasers are going. But in cockpit view, it's a little bit better. It's not great, but. Okay, so I'm going to try to kill these tanks, and then I'm going to crash into that AT-ST. So if this was a normal ship, this would be probably about a 5-second job. The secondaries would be making a big difference as well. Another fun thing is because the hitbox of this ship is so ridiculously big, it's very common for me to clip those bottom wings as well, which is another reason why these 4 lives on the Japanese version are going to be a bit of a blessing. So usually I'll go these head on in any other ship, but not in this ship. It's just beyond my skill level, probably beyond anyone's skill level. I also think it's a little bit funny to think of, you know, the Rebel Alliance being so hard up that they're getting teenage farm boys like Luke Skywalker to rock up in their T16s, which are not meant for war at all, and be shooting Imperial forces with it. Okay, so that's all the triggers. This game is a lot about triggers. You have to kill an enemy or do something to trigger the trigger, and then the game will start the next thing happening. So in this case, the triggers were killing those tanks, and the AT-ST was the first trigger, and then the second trigger was killing those TIE bombers. And now all the triggers are done. We just have to keep the shuttle alive until it gets to the end. But because we've done such a good job, it's very unlikely, I think, that those TIE fighters are going to give us too much grief. but we'll get some target practice in anyway, because the next level is probably the hardest level. Well, it's only just barely doable. And my fingers are still not quite warmed up, so we'll see how we go. Looking forward to Sullust. Yes, Sullust is also a fun one. There's a couple of levels that are not too bad. Nona that we just finished is sort of in the middle. So the fastest anyone can go on Nona with the triggers limit your time is 3:29. We just got about a minute over, so it could have been worse. That was pretty good for T16%. Okay, now Corellia is just barely doable by a few seconds, and if my aim is not close to 100%, then I'm not going to be getting this. So we might I might be, if I fail any levels, I think that I'm just going to skip the level, and then if we've got time at the end, I will go back and do the level again. So we had a 2-hour allocation for this one, and we did go a little bit earlier, which is handy because I might need it. But nevertheless, I'll repeat the levels at the end, I think, so that I don't run ridiculously over time. Okay, so again, these probe droids that are usually a joke are actually a massive threat and could very easily kill me. Okay. In this case, there is a skip there that we usually do, but I'm not going to try to do that skip because the one saving grace of the T16 is it's fast. So usually you're supposed to be doing the speeder on this level, the snow speeder. And the snow speeder is very slow, so there's a skip over there where you can get your teammates to kill the last droid while you fly to the next area and get a better respawn manipulation. But this thing flies pretty quick, so that's the one thing that makes a lot of this possible. So instead of tanking my way through things, I can just fly around problems. Should be 2 over here somewhere. There they are. So you can see how much sort of below the aiming reticle I'm shooting. 3. Should be 1 more somewhere. Where'd you go? No, where'd you go? I've lost a TIE bomber. There you are. Okay. Yeah, sorry about the soundtrack. There's a lot of audio cues that I really importantly need to listen to, so I do have the voice audio on because some of those cues are important to me, but when we get into some of the laser levels, it's really, really important that I can very clearly hear what's happening with the missiles. So the game audio just it's the music, sorry, I have to have turned down. I apologize. You can go open it up in YouTube and just play it in the background, I guess. Okay. Now I'm not going to kill this one, hopefully, until it's a little bit closer to the next respawn point. Okay, now should be enough, and then I'll fly over here quickly and get a better respawn, because now is the real hard bit, the AT-ATs. Now, I can't finish the level without killing these AT-ATs. But I don't know if you guys have ever seen Star Wars. Usually you need to trip the AT-ATs using a tow cable, and I don't have any tow cables. All I've got is a very weak laser. Luckily for me, the AT-ATs do have a weak spot on their head, and you should be able to see on the bottom left that HP going down. Part of the reason I put it there also is so that you know I'm not cheating. And hopefully I can get pretty much close to 100% accuracy to kill this guy before he kills the building. Oh. Hopefully the wingmen do not kill me either. Sorry, this bit needs a bit of concentration. So the building's on a timer when the building blows up. So I'm cutting it pretty bloody close here, to be honest. I might not make it. And I want to get to this respawn point if I'm lucky. Believe it or not, that's the easy AT-AT. The next one is the real problem. Okay, I made the respawn point, which is good. Okay, the whole run might come down to this. If I crash here, it's definitely going to be a game over. I don't know if I'm going to make it, you guys. This is going to be very, very, very close. It's probably going to be less than 1 second in this. No, 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 no. Damn it. Oh, that was hard. 12 more passes, yeah. Okay. We're going to skip that one till the end. Could have equipped a tow cable. You saw how close I was. Yeah, if I just had a little bit more accuracy, or if I had about 2 more seconds, I would have gotten it. So okay, we're going to skip this. Oh, my fingers are like ice. Okay, so the next one we will try for is Liberation on Gerard V. And then when we get to Imperial Construction Yards is the next very difficult one. Bye bye Crix, yeah. So close, you're right, CK. Yeah, the AT-ATs are definitely boss mode when it's T16%. Okay. So this one should be... It's definitely not safe. There's no such thing as a safe level when you're playing T16%, but it should be less impossible. Oh yeah, so you can hear the missiles doing their little missile sound, so that's why I need to be listening out for audio cues. So that's why we don't get to listen to the lovely soundtrack. Okay, one thing about these laser turrets is they can't shoot at you if you are too high or too low. So you'll see me doing a bit of acrobatics to get above them like this, because they can't shoot me when I'm doing that. So when I've only got 80 life and they do 20 to 40 damage, I think, every time they hit me with their lasers, it's pretty significant and it adds up very quickly. Oh. Forgot how slow I am. Okay, so this big laser turret has 1000 HP, and I'm not going to be doing 1000. So every time you do a you crash a vehicle into a building, it does 500 damage. Every time you crash a vehicle into a vehicle, it does 50 damage. So that's the reason, unfortunately, I can't just crash into those AT-ATs, which makes them so bloody hard. And then we will also see why that makes the final boss of the game, Moff Searden, also very hard. Okay, where am I going? Luckily I have 4 lives. Okay, so now we just wait for the Y-Wings. I'm not going to bother too much with the TIE interceptors that I would usually be killing. It's a good way to lose 2 lives very quickly. Come on. You kamikaze into giant turret and your teammate responds is nice shot. I think it's not kamikazing. because Luke Skywalker is clearly doing some sort of Jedi magic and teleporting into one of his other 3 T-16s. So this is a child-friendly game. Okay. Let's see how we did for time. A 3:49, I think, is the fastest possible time. Okay, not too bad. 15 seconds. Jedikazi, that's right. Okay, so the Jade Moon has a shield that I need to deal with, and then some pesky TIE fighters. It's actually one of my favourite levels usually. Okay, so this guy's got a little bit over 500 health, so I need to put a few shots in first. Hopefully not lose too much while I'm doing this. Okay, should be enough. Also, a funny bit of trivia I find with the T-16 is it's got repulsor lift engines. It claims to have repulsor lift engines. Well, the other vehicles in this game with repulsor lift engines, the V-Wing and the Speeder, and and in the V-Wing and the Speeder, you're very limited. You can't actually fly too high or too low. Ah, that was terrible. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, this laser turret unfortunately can't shoot lower than horizontal, so I can just sneak in underneath. But anyway, the V-Wing and the Speeder, you can't actually do a loop-de-loop or anything like that. You can't do, it doesn't have any roll. So it is a bit weird that apparently this T-16 uses the repulsor lift engines and can also do all these acrobatics. I don't understand that. Maybe it was something that was overlooked in the canon, in the lore. Okay, so these tires are hard to kill at the best of times. Seriously? Shit. I'll do that one again because it's a pretty quick one. The other thing is apparently in as far as like lore and canon is concerned, apparently in the whatever the ultimate guidebook or something, it says that the T-16 uses a pneumatic cannon. I don't know what pneumatic cannon means, but to me that means like an air gun, right? Like an air gun that's firing real projectiles. But it's clearly we're shooting lasers, even though they're weak lasers in here. Okay, let's quickly do Jade Moon again. Let's see how consistent I am, or inconsistent. So I hope it doesn't look too much like it's amateur hour over here. I have been practicing this this T16% on and off for over a year now. So my apologies, but it is maybe harder than it looks. Okay, we got it. Okay, my hands are getting a bit warmer now, I think. Two lives left. Yes, BMAC, it is literally it's the hardest thing we've found to do in the game so far. I don't think it's a particularly easy game to start with either, mind you. TIE bomber spawning is being a bit unusual. Okay, again, I don't really mind if I lose one or two of these tanks, because we are not going for gold medal, obviously. It's good, I got him anyway. Okay. Two, three, good, good, good. Okay, put that bomber first. Okay, and the last one. Got him. Good. Yeah, that's right, CK. That will be coming up soon. I'm not going to attempt... There's 2 levels in the game that I'm not going to attempt. And, yeah, as CK pointed out in chat, one of them's rescue on Kessel. Because I don't have any iron cannons, so I can't... I guess there's 4 levels, but 2 of those are bonus levels anyway. In the main levels, there's 2. One of them is rescue on Kessel. I don't have any iron cannons. I can't actually disable the train. But my teammates have iron cannons. And they do shoot at the train. So we did figure out that there's about a 1 in 100 chance of your teammate just getting perfect RNG, and then they actually disable the train for you. But I'm not going to make you guys sit here with me and do 100 attempts to get it, so if we have time at the end, I might do it at the end, but I'm not planning on including it in the main part of the speedrun. The other level, which is similar, is Fest. Rescue on Fest. Escape from Fest. Again, there's AT-ATs that I have to kill, and they are so... They've got a lot more HP than the AT-ATs that we just killed on Corellia, and I've got less time to kill them. So they're basically impossible. Now, we did actually figure out, though, that... I've got to focus here. Oh. Don't get the restart here. Okay, got it. So we did actually figure out, though, that because it's an old game, it does a lot of tricks, obviously, to try to save computing power. So one of the things it does is usually, if you're not in render distance, the enemies and the good guys, they all behave a little bit differently. So we figured out that if you stay out of render distance, you in Fest, it's less likely for the AT-ATs to shoot the AT-PTs that you're trying to save. But less likely is not a black and white thing. There's a lot of grey area in there, and they still usually do kill the AT-PTs. I did feel like I had it Escape from Fest level. I feel like I had it consistent at one point in my life, and then for whatever reason it just stopped being inconsistent. I did get it again yesterday when I was training, when I was practicing, but it still like seems to be a 1 in 10 sort of thing. So that's another one that we'll skip for the main part of today's run, and then if we get any time at the end I'll show you guys. Did that missile turret just teabag? I don't know what that means. Okay. Luckily those 3 buildings at the end have under 500 HP. What does teabag mean, CK? I don't know what that means. Okay, we're going to try for a wall clip here. Which again is, it's easy enough to do when you get the hang of it with the other ships, but it's hard mode on the T-16 again. Okay. We're doing okay for time, except for that Corellia and the Jade Moon. It's been pretty good so far. Hey, I got the clip. Okay, we're doing well. So usually I'd have to fly around. This probably saves me 15-20 seconds. Okay, we'll take out the turrets first. Going this way also stops a roaming TIE from spawning. So all the TIEs you can see are on circuits. They don't bother me as much. But if you fly through that canyon over there, there is a TIE fighter that will chase you around, and it makes your life difficult. So if you fly fast enough, a lot of these turrets don't really have time to shoot you. And there you go. I say a lot of them, but got to be a little bit surgical here. I don't have the lives to spare. It's another thing is the your teammates are just really bad with the friendly fire. Yeah, maybe CK. Okay, so there is a weird glitch. Doesn't really do anything, but in the game where what CK is talking about, I think, is there's a weird glitch where sometimes if you approach an enemy and they're just on the borderline of render distance. So we've got some of the local birds coming to get their breakfast, I think. But if the enemy spawns while it's just in render distance, sometimes you get like a weird... That's annoying. You get a weird sort of animation where it bobbles up and down. So usually you see it more commonly with the AT-ST heads and with the AT-AT heads. Now if I can keep my shields here, this might not actually be too bad, because then I can try the next wall clip. So I'm going to kill that big building last, because there's a bunch of stormtroopers in there that spawn. Damn it. And they shoot you. Okay, that's pretty good actually. Okay, so we're going to try for the second wall clip. This might be a individual level record on the T-16. Hey, we got a wall clip. That's pretty bloody good. Okay. One of the weird things about the Japanese version is there's a skip here that doesn't work on the Japanese version. So I'm just going to go around. Usually we would kill these, all of these turrets in a very particular order so that we get a sequence break and it skips a cutscene. But in the Japanese version, for whatever reason, it just doesn't skip the cutscene. So I'm just going to fly around really fast and kill them all. Oh, didn't really want that one to blow up right now because it's got stormtroopers in it again. Okay, you'll see me switching camera views a lot. I'm not doing that to try to make everyone sick, but I'm doing it to help with accuracy. Yeah, CK, they were... You got no idea. Because the hitbox is so big, and because the ship is so big and the hitbox of the bottom wings goes down so far, it really makes those wall clips much harder than anything else, than any other ship, I mean. So I was pretty lucky to get them both. Okay, that should be it. That was pretty bloody good. $5.20. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so this is rescue, and we're going to skip that level because, like I said, I can't actually kill that train, unfortunately. We'll go straight to prisons. If we've got time at the end, we'll try rescue. Okay, so the main thing here is I've got to get a few triggers. As long as I'm good with the triggers and a little bit careful, I should be okay. Again, we are not going for gold medals, so I'm going to pre-kill a couple of little things as we go so that I don't have problems with too many stormtroopers later. Got it. Okay, that's a shield generator, and now we can go and kill some TIEs. Let's stay away from the missile turret that's over there. One, two, three. Okay, is the triggers done? Now we just got to keep the shuttle alive until the next trigger. I don't know if I mentioned it, but yeah, I'm changing camera angles a lot. The cockpit view is better for the aiming, and this outside view is more maneuverable. So yeah, sorry if it's giving anyone vertigo. Okay, so that's good. That's done. I'm a bit of a completionist, which is probably why I like the 100% category. But I just I just got to go for any percent on this. I can't sit back and kill stuff like I usually would. Okay, let's hope this missile turret doesn't kill me. Just gonna try. A little bit late for this next trigger, not too bad though. Pretty good. Where's our cover? Okay, I do not have the HP to spare. It's just safer to fly around the back. Okay, the sun's just coming up in Australia. Wonder in chat, what time is it over there for you, CK? My 3-year-old daughter also wet the bed last night and ended up in with me and my wife, so I got a little bit of extra sleep in my eyes. So I'm going to blame the sleep deprivation and the cold fingers on the reason that I lost Corellia. It's not a skill issue, I promise. Okay, we'll get in position for the next ones. Hey, buddy. No, buddy, go and ask Mum. You'll use her computer today, okay? No. I've got the Discord and the chat up on the second computer, which my son just woke up and wanted to watch some Pokemon on, so that's what you were just hearing. Yeah, so sunrise over here with my my kids waking up, and over for CK it's 4:14 in the morning. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. Last one. Here we go. Get in position for the last trigger. There we go. Last one, come on. Got it. Okay, so that's it. We'll just wait for the shuttle. We'll try to keep the shuttle alive, which it should stay alive. And we'll try not to lose our remaining lives. Still some good target practice as well. Okay, so we're getting into the second half of the run now. can see just how big this thing is, even compared to the large shuttle. The T-16 is a massive ship. Definitely don't want to crash into the shuttle though. Okay, what's up next? 7:39 is pretty good. So I think just below 7 minutes is the record. Okay, Padawan is a little bit tricky. It's not the hardest level, but it's definitely above average hardness difficulty. Okay. That last one on the bottom, usually the teammate will kill for us. That's pretty good. Example there of the laser clipping. So for whatever reason on this game, in some circumstances the lasers can actually clip through enemies, so we just got a bit of that there. You do get a bit of it on Padawan. These laser turrets are quite tricky as well, so... Oh, that one wants to kill me. Getting launched off in the distance. Okay, where did we end up? We ended up right at the end, okay. I'll fly backwards for a little bit here. There's a TIE interceptor that is going to be chasing me around, so I'm just going to be doing very quick passes. Sorry if it's a little jarring. Otherwise I'm a sitting duck. And I'm already down a life, so... Probably the best TIE interceptor in the whole bloody Empire over there. And I've got to contend with all these missile turrets at the same time. Okay. That wasn't too bad. Yeah, CK, the laser clipping, you can use it to your advantage, I think, in some cases where you want to shoot through the friendly tank to get to the non-friendly tank. Okay, so I lost my Corvette there. That's a bit annoying. Pretty close. Pretty close to dying. So again, a lot of the strategies I'm using is just to stay alive. This thing has no health, no DPS. I just gotta dodge everything and just stay out of the line of fire. Okay, so it should be 2 lives. Okay, let's do the last bit. Oh, no way, they killed too many. Far out. Like I said, it's not an easy level. Okay, we'll give that one another go. So what happened there was the enemy turrets killed too many of the friendly tanks accidentally. Oh, what a nightmare. Okay, pretty good, pretty clean. Do one more pass, but overall not too bad. It is possible to get that on a single pass. Okay, I'll try a slightly more consistent method this time around. I'm going to kill these turrets first. Okay, pretty good. Okay, come on. Yep, okay, that was much better. One more, is there? Okay, that could have been much worse. Thanks for the empathy, CK, but it's it's T16%. It's expected. All part of the run. So what happened was, because I was flying above, the lasers were sort of shooting up in a little vortex to try to get at me, and then in the process they were shooting those blue tanks that are on the top there. So it's a bit of a trade-off. Either I'm going to be low on lives and trying to protect my lives and put the blue things at risk, or like now I'm up a life, so I can probably try to be a little bit more risky with my lives and be a little bit more protective of the friendly tanks. So it's always an adventure with T16%. I'm sure it's going to be a very popular category, and an entire movement is going to be built around this this wonderful category. Okay, let's do those. I think I got 2 lives, but I'll still play it safe just because there's so many missiles and there's a very dangerous TIE interceptor. Got it. 1 life to spare. Okay, so the next level is Fest, and like I was discussing before, we're going to be skipping this one because, oh shoot. We're going to be skipping it because the AT-ATs are impossible to kill. They've got too much life, too little time. And even though there is a trick where you can stay out of render distance and sometimes the AT-PTs will sneak past, it's way too inconsistent. It's like a 1 in 10 chance, so I will skip that until the end if we have time at the end. Okay, Chandrilla. So I did embarrass myself totally last year on the bingo race, which we'll be having again tomorrow. 2 AM in the morning for me. Oh, it wasn't the bingo race, was it? It was the 100% race last year. And I failed Chandrilla multiple times. So hopefully I won't embarrass myself again with the much weaker, much worse T16. Okay, so just got to take out a couple more. One of your favourite levels, CK. I think it's one of Hod's favourite levels now as well, from what I hear. Not terribly worried if I lose a train here. So I'm going to go over to the next level and see if I can get a lucky bonk. So there should be a guy who spawns over this one. TIE bomber. Nope. That was reasonably close, though. Okay, here we go. Oh, I was a bit unlucky. Yeah, there is a trick that I need to do with the shuttles, CK. We're going to see that very shortly. So the reason I died there was because the bomber bombed the top of a building while I was too close to the top of the building, and the splash damage off the bomb killed me. Oh dear. Okay, let's do these guys. So there's 3 ATSTs that spawn, and then I figured out that when you kill 2 out of the 3 of the ATSTs, the other 3 ATSTs spawn. So I'm only going to kill one of these guys. And then I'm going to go and try to just be a diversion. If you kill 2 of them, I've found that it's you're almost certainly going to lose your shuttles. Hopefully I can distract them a little bit and they can start to shoot at me instead. That seems to be working. Oh, whoops. Okay. Let's play it a little bit safer now. I'm on my last life. We don't want to have a repeat of last year. Okay, 1 shuttle remaining. Should be pretty safe. And then a few TIE bombers. Yeah, the hitbox is very large and annoying. Nope. Just be careful, I don't want to die to another splash damage bomb on the second last guy. Come on. Got him. Okay, that was not too bad. Okay, Sullust next. BMAC, you were looking forward to this one? So even on a good ship, Sullust is considered pretty hard. It's probably one of the only times in Rogue Squadron's speedrunning history that someone wished that they were flying the Y-Wing. Okay. So let's go fast. Let's do it. Okay, if I go fast enough, hopefully the game will freak out a little bit and there will be a delay in these. Oh, that's not good. I reckon I've got about 1 million missiles behind me right now. You can hear them all. Okay. Ah. Welcome to hell. Ears open, eyes shut. Okay, 3 lives left, 3 lives. Oh, that was pretty good, I got most of them. So another pass on that one. Ah. That was a bit silly, I should have changed camera angle. Did I get it? Nope. Got it. Okay, one more. Then we can be a little bit more surgical with the laser turrets. Oh, that's not good. Okay, that's it. Awesome. Awesome. Very good. Whoop. So you can see the T16 is just barely faster than the than the missiles, which is awesome. Okay. So now apart from that bloody... See, every red laser is a good guy. So you can see these red lasers flying around everywhere, and it's my bloody teammates with their terrible accuracy. Half the time they shoot me. A lot more damage than I want to be at this point, but it should be alright. I don't do anything too dumb. Nope, that's not good. Okay, try to stay out of trouble over here. I feel like I had a bit more laser clipping just there, which is a bit annoying. Try to stay under all these lasers. Okay, that's good, there's one. Okay, pretty good, pretty good. If I can hang on to this last life, then I'm going to be in pretty good shape. If I don't hang on to this last life, it's still doable, but it's just going to be a bit harder. So it looks a bit all over the place, but I've just found that sometimes it's easier to kill certain turrets, sometimes it's easier to no fire like friendly fire. No fire like friendly fire with a Sullust fire. Okay, let's try to go over these guys without dying. Good. It's just random friendly fire just all around my ship at all times. It's so annoying. I've probably got less than 10 health at the moment, so any slight little thing is just going to be an insta-death. Ah, like that. That's alright. At least I got blue shields at the end. Let's play it a little bit safe. Okay, so next we need to do the capacitor. Oh, I missed one, sorry. Ah, there we go, my blue shields. At least that one was pretty safe.
Let's all rendezvous back at the capacitor. We'll need to hit it.
Oh, it's going to be way too hot. A lot of lasers flying up there, so I'll just stay below. Come on. I think there's just one left. Stubborn. Got it. Awesome. Okay, Sullust. First try Sullust. Pretty happy with that. Okay, if you thought that was hard, here it is, the grand finale. Second from the grand finale. Okay. This is a 20-minute level on the T16, and that's on a good day, so we'll see how we go. An hour 20, I'm feeling pretty good, I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, that was awesome. Kept my blue shields. Okay, so you can hear that missile sound where it does the crashing sound. So it's got the missile homing sound and then the missile crashing sound. It's very important that I listen to those audio cues when I'm doing this level. There's just missiles flying everywhere. Let's see if I get you first pass. Ah, 1 damage. Lost my shields, that's annoying. Just gotta remember to not be sloppy. Be very careful. Don't take risks. 20-minute level, it's just not worth it. Thank you, Jacked Hearts. I'm glad someone's enjoying it. It's like torture for me. I don't know if you've ever played much Road Squadron Jacked Hearts, but it's this is excruciating in the T16. I have the individual level. Oh no, not anymore. Well, I've got it in the V-Wing, for example, in this level, and it's what 1 minute and 40 seconds, I think. V-Wing, in T16 it's going to be low 20 minutes if I'm lucky. Okay, but my thumbs are feeling nice and warmed up, so I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I'm feeling confident, as confident as I can be. All things considered. So again, I'm taking very, very erratic routes. This is not usually the way that I would be, the route that I would be taking. Usually I would go straight down into the valley, but there is missile turrets in the valley, and there's some very, very good TIE interceptors in the valley. So I'm going to try to fly around them until I can get at them from a better angle. Just because, again, even though it's taking a little bit longer, it's just we really need to keep as many lives as we can until the final battle. Okay, come on. Oh, that was good. That was good. Okay, here's the first of the difficult ties. Luckily for me, they've got a little bit of a starting path that they're locked into before they turn around and kill you dead. Oh, that was really good. Okay, let's go. Okay, here's the 3 out of 4 of the very dangerous ties. Oh, I got him. Okay, and this is the last one. And you can hear I got a missile on my back. Oh, that was unbelievably good. I can't believe I just got that live on stream. Okay. There is hope. I have a new hope. Sorry about that. Okay, we also need to be very careful with these ATSTs, that they just don't go on a killing rampage and kill all of the Bacta tanks. So if I fly over on this side, and then if I fly back over that side, the ATSTs should respawn at the start of their paths. So let's go have a look. But at any time I could die to friendly fire or those TIE interceptors. Okay, it's going pretty well. Keep them warmed up for bingo tomorrow. Yeah, I think Sullust probably got my fingers all toasty. Yeah, it's a funny thing because the toughest level on the T16 is probably not even Moff Seardon, to be honest. It's probably is Corellia, even though it would usually be considered like quite an easy level on a normal run. Okay, hopefully my teammates have killed most of the TIE interceptors, and I got to, getting to Moff Seardon with 4 lives is extremely good, so we might be in luck. This might even actually be quite fast. Don't kill me with friendly fire. BMAC, I think that the lasers do, it's either 7 or 12 damage, I can't remember. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I am going to try to kite Moff Seardon into this valley over here. There's no way that I can beat Moff Seardon in a fair fight, so I'm going to try to lure him down here, and then I'm going to try to take advantage of he does this little animation when he gets too close to the ground where he pulls up, because otherwise he's all lasers and missiles and like hairpin turns, and it's just impossible. But if I lure him down here, I can get him to go into a little nosedive, hopefully. Let's try it. Like this. And then he does this little going up animation, and that's where I can get him. So let's wish me luck. This is the second hardest part of the whole game. Of the whole run. Okay, so this little animation here, I can actually get him. Now mind you, this is still annoying because even though Moff Seedon is a massive shuttle, the hitbox on him is just tiny. Especially from the side angle, he's got this tiny little hitbox. Oh, that was bad. That was very unlucky. So he's got a tiny little hitbox. I've got terrible aim in this vehicle. Maybe I've got terrible aim in general, but I don't have any auto aim in this vehicle to improve my aim, regardless of how good it is to start with. Okay, start pulling up. Chipping away, okay. 240 damage so far. Still got 3 lives. So I'll try to lure him down again. I actually learned this technique from Ashen Maiden, one of our community members in the speedrun.com and in the Discord. Ashen was doing a Y-wing percent and got into luring Moff Seedon down to the ground so that she could bomb Moff Seedon with the Y-wing bombs. So that's where I got the idea from. Thank you. Okay, come back down again. Come on, didn't get a single hit. 2 lives. Okay, 2 lives, 629 health. This is not too bad. As long as I don't do anything too stupid, I'm on the right track. Okay, so those missiles, I'll just put you in this view so you can see what I'm talking about. That's me with a pedal to the metal. Come on. Come down. Pull up. So every time I hear a missile that doesn't get shot down, I'm just going to have to run away from it. Oh, 2 missiles. Bloody hell. And you can hear the missile crashing sound. Okay. Looks like I'm safe. Unfortunately, I haven't figured out a good way to observe those missiles. Are you kidding me? I'm having a bit of bad luck with these missiles right now. Try to get behind him again. I want to be under and behind him so he doesn't nosedive. And jerk him and go on this side. That's it. You can see that some of the time when Moff Seedon shoots a missile, because he's also spamming lasers, he shoots his own missile down, which is a little bit of a relief. $371, we're getting there. We're getting there. Yeah, if anyone in chat has any thoughts about me putting the cheat engine HP up, I sort of thought that was just a nice way for you guys to actually be able to follow what's going on, other than just watching me fly around erratically for 10 or 15 minutes. So we can actually sort of have a few stakes and see what's going on, and instead of just all of a sudden Moff's hit and explodes and we don't know what happened. Gives a little bit of context to the fight, I thought. But if anyone's offended that I'm cheating, then I'm sorry. No, that hitbox is insane. Okay, this should be good. Okay, let's get you into another nosedive. So it's kind of awkward. I'm sort of watching the radar, the little red pixelated square on the radar, to get a rough idea of which way he's flying. I got no idea what altitude he's at. I'm just sort of guessing. 89. Come here. Oh, see that hitbox? Oh dear. Oh no. Okay. Let's not lose it right at the very end. Come back over here. No lasers behind me. Look how high up he is. I've got 2 lives, right? Right? Okay. Will this be it? Gotcha. That's it. Oh man. That was so good. $16 minutes. That is really good. I think the fastest I've ever gone is like a 15 minutes. So to get that in front of a couple of guys in chat. Thanks, Ashen. I was just mentioning how I learned the kiting tactic from you, luring him down to the ground. Okay, here's the third hardest level in the game, and it's the last of the regular levels. So 1 hour 37 minutes. This is going pretty well. Ah, that was a big relief. Okay, we're going to try to take out some of these TIE droids while they're on straight paths. This level will probably have a little bit of lag on it as well, so we'll see how we go. I'm definitely getting a little bit of lag here. It's another one of those levels where we're going to have to be a little bit careful with the missiles. Okay, let's see if I can get a crash into this. Awesome, very good. That's right, CK. Okay, yeah, this camera angle, I'm sorry, I know it's a bit stupid, but it's the best way I've figured out to see which missiles are behind me. Apart from the audio cues. Okay, I think I'm safe. So I'm going to be skipping a lot of the TIE droids to focus on... I'm just going to take that missile to focus on the... I don't want to take 2 missiles. I like how the voice actor says weapons malfunction. It makes me feel like I have the rapid fire. Gives me makes me jealous. Okay, so I'll mostly be skipping a lot of the TIE droids to focus on the world devastators, because if the world devastators get too close to the cities and kill too many of the buildings, I'll get a game over. So the teammates will have to do a little bit of the lifting in this level and hopefully thin out some of the TIE droids a little bit for me. But we do have some tactics to deal with the TIE droids at the end as well, so hopefully all goes well. Okay, I'm not going to mess with those laser turrets. It's very interesting behavior for these world devastators. The first one is like all missile turrets, and then the second one does not. It seems to be all lasers, and then the third one seems to be like really weak, like the HP is lower. Usually you wouldn't notice these things, but when you're flying around in a little bloody tin can T-16, you start to notice. Okay, last one. Hey, that was pretty good. One less thing to worry about. Okay, we will forget about those for now. Sorry if I'm checking chat a bit infrequently. It's there's a lot of paying attention I need to do for some of these levels. Whoop, don't get sucked in. I was a little bit slow with that World Devastator. I think we'll be okay though. Go and get the last one now. Why graphics do that? Not sure what you mean. I am playing this on an emulator, so it is... the graphics do sometimes do funny things, so sorry if it's ruining your immersion. See, that one was much weaker. I don't know why. Maybe the lasers have gotten warmed up. I'm dodging the green lasers a bit. Okay, so if I'm clever about it, I should be able to clear out these next TIE droids with a clever little understanding of their paths. I want to try to stay a little bit high, get in position, and hopefully okay, that's pretty good. 8 more to go. So in this game, there's paths that a lot of these enemies will follow. There's how do you call it? There's the paths have nodes on the paths, and so they will travel from one node on the string on the line to another one. But in between those nodes, they might veer off a little bit to try to shoot at you and stuff. So just here is a very straight line between two of those nodes that I can kind of exploit. And I've figured out that if you fly just above these TIE droids instead of flying underneath them, they tend to kill you less. So That was one of the things that made this actually possible in T16, was figuring that out. Oh, okay. Not too bad, not too bad. Okay, I'm going to leave that last one for now. We'll go back to the first area and see how the teammates have been doing in killing the tyres. One left or two left? One left, not bad. It's another straight part of its run there, so sort of you get to know where they go. Now these ones tend to be quite erratic, so we'll see how we can do. And there's 4 of them, which is quite dangerous. 3, come on, come on. Oh, no, okay. That was pretty good. So they sometimes will fly in that path there, which you can actually get at them. This is not a helpful path that it's doing at the moment. I might just try to bonk it. I think this is the second last one. I've got 2 lives. Oh, miracle. That was pretty good. So the record for this is 150 in a normal ship. Let's see how we did. 7 minutes 34. That is really good for T16. Okay. Okay, let's finish it off, the normal part of the run, with the T16's home level. So this is maybe a bit of a victory lap, and then we'll go back and we'll do Corellia. We've got one fun little skip coming up. There we can jump over the wall here, hopefully. Oh, I missed it. Okay, we'll try that one more time. Thanks, Ashen. The amount of time that I spent figuring out a stupid level on or a difficult level on a stupid ship is maybe a bit insane. We're doing really good on time though, 146. I was honestly worried that the last full game practice run that I did went 1 hour 50, so this is really good. I know it doesn't look really good. I know it looks like to someone who doesn't know about the game, it might look a bit weird, but this is probably the best run I've ever had. Oh, Corellia, minus Corellia, yeah. If it wasn't for Corellia, this would have been the best run I've ever had. Okay, that was dumb. I'm gonna try it one more time. I need to pay attention rather than bragging about how good I'm doing and then failing. Thanks, CK. Okay, get serious this time. The controls are a little janky because I'm using emulator, so it is also, I'm not really used to the joystick on the emulator, which is another little annoyance. The joystick has a different feeling on the emulator compared to on the PC, which I'm used to playing on. Okay, let's line this up properly this time. There you go. That's what we're after. There we go. Okay. We got there, we got there. Okay, I'm just keeping an eye on the Discord as well for the organisers, so I'm going to go back and do Corellia if you're happy for me to do so. And then, yeah, I can just let me know on the Discord what you want to do with me, and I'll do Corellia, hopefully first try, and then if we want to, we can also go back and have an attempt of some of the levels that are like a 1 in 100, 1 in a 1 in 10 sort of a thing. Where's my Corellia? Obviously, I don't speak Japanese, so... Okay, we're doing Corellia. Okay, let's see how much better we're going to do with warmed up fingers. Oh, quite badly apparently. It's funny, that little weakling probe droid could well kill me. And I wouldn't even be surprised. Yeah, almost died to it. Okay, I might intentionally crash here just to recharge my shields. So I don't want to be crashing on the second AT-AT. Okay, should be over here somewhere. There we go. Where's my other one? There you are. Okay, one more. One more. Usually because you kill them much quicker in the speeder, you can sort of more easily predict their paths, but always more fun in the T16, makes things more interesting. Hello VZ in the chat. VZ and I are going to be doing a any percent race. Oh, that was very unusual. The spawn was delayed. You don't often see that. The amount of times that I've lost a life to that laser turret doing friendly fire. So in 2 days' time, VZ and I will be doing an any percent race. And then tomorrow, at a similar time, CK, Hod, Ashen and I will be doing a bingo race. So all of that will be a little bit fun. Okay, let's try to go over here to get that good respawn manipulation. Yes, and the collateral damage and the friendly fire is usually just not that big an issue. And I'm in a little tin can with lousy HP. It's a huge hitbox. It's a very real threat. Okay. See? Friendly fire. Bastards. What did I ever do to them? What are they even shooting at? Okay, I'm definitely not complaining about that friendly fire. That was good. Shot him straight in the head. That doesn't usually happen. Ugh. Han Solo bloody flying drunk or something. Almost forgot to put the AT-AT HP up, sorry about that. I think we're going reasonably well with this one, but anything can happen. Could have lost a life right there to those bombers. Actually, it's kind of close. Hopefully I get the spawn, that's the important thing. CK. Okay, I got the good spawn, This is not... If I spawn behind the building, it adds like an extra couple of seconds, and I really don't have seconds to spare for this second one. As you saw, I missed it by about 2 seconds last time. Okay, come on, let's do it. $500. It's gonna be close. Oh, don't die. That will be an insta-fail. No recovery from that. $300, it's gonna be close. $85, $70. Got it. Did I get it? Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, that was a split second. I don't know if you guys saw that. Oh my goodness. Oh well. BMAC asked me to do rescue, so even though we just failed that one by a split second, I'm going to go and show you guys rescue instead of torturing you with that all over again. So let's have a look at rescue. What happened, CK, was I got down to the last 50 damage on the AT-AT, and so you do precisely 50 damage when you crash into them. So I got just below 50 damage, I crashed into the thing, I blew it up, and I blew it up a split second after it blew up the tech center. So I missed it by... Man, I'm going to go back and look at that, but I reckon that was well under a second. Okay, let's look at rescue. And then the organizers can just let me know. I can keep doing show. I can also showcase first, but also happy to stop and because I know we are ahead of schedule. But you just let me know on the Discord, and I will be very happy. We've had a very good run today, all things considered. Okay, so here's the train. I can't do anything to this train, so I'm going to try to take out some of the danger for my wingmen. And hopefully... Hopefully we'll see a little miracle happen today, and they'll get that like 1 in 100 chance of getting perfect RNG and taking out the train. But at least you'll see what I'm talking about. CK, sometimes this game can be very mean. I've also lost on Barkesh many a time, even though it's supposed to be such a easy, free level. Okay. So that's all the major stuff. Let's see how our train's going. Train's going very bad. The wingmen have not done anything so far. So it doesn't look like we're likely to get a 1 in 100 chance today. Let's have another look. Okay, they've done something. That's good. Okay, 2. That could be worse. Again, if I stay underneath the train, then the lasers and missiles don't shoot me, so that's the reason why I'm doing that. Okay, now we get to sit back and watch the show. If there's any gamblers in chat, you could take bets now about how many are going to be how many are going to be disabled. Let's have a look. How's it going? No, still 3. Okay, we got 4. Feel like I'm doing a kids counting stream or something. Not going to make it. The hover train will escape. Any crashes today, Cook? VZ, I'm playing on the emulator instead of the PC, and the console and emulator don't tend to crash nearly as much as the PC. So thankfully no game crashes, but there's always time for that tomorrow. I'm sure there will be. Let's have another look. Okay. So the wingmen will eventually start going over there, and they'll start doing runs that go down the length of the ship. They'll do that 2 or 3 times, I think. This is not looking like it's a good one. I don't think there's a very high likelihood this is going to work. They should come back for one more, I think. No. Okay, so the wingmen have now gone on to the next area, and that means that this attempt is over. They, for whatever reason, they don't seem interested in shooting the train anymore. So we will finish it there. Thank you for going through that with me. I'm sorry that we didn't get Corellia, so it doesn't really count as a run. But we got bloody close. So for a T16%, that's pretty good, I think. Minus Corellia, that was the fastest run that I've ever done this, and I've been going at this one for over a year now. So thanks for going through the torture with me. Thank you so much for BMAC and for Retro Gaming Live. The Rogue Squadron community is really good. The speedrunning community on speedrun.com, and we have a Discord. We have a lot of guides. It's hopefully a very easy game to get into if you follow all the guides. So hopefully we'll see some new people. And yeah, thanks BMAC. Cut me off whenever you're happy to.